Hello guys and welcome to the channel. In this video we are going to discuss about OPC DA, which is the data access. We will talk about its simulation server and client, and then we'll see how we can access the server from our Python code. But before starting this video, if you haven't watched my OPC UA tutorial series, please go and watch them. I'll put the link in the description for the UA tutorial series. So basically OPC UA is the latest version of the OPC and is mostly found in all the machines and the devices. OPC DA is a bit older version, but it's still found in few machines, and this is why we are making a video on it. So sit back, relax and enjoy the video. So in this video we are first going to download the OPC DA simulation server and its client. Then we will connect client to the server. This we are using just for the simulation purpose, but our main aim is to connect the OPC DA server using Python. So now let's download the OPC DA simulation server. There are many server softwares available online, but the one which I use is the Matricon OPC DA simulation server. Just Google search it, and the first link you will get the Matricon OPC DA simulation server. You just need to register on their website and you can download the software. It's really available. Now about the OPC client, you can use the Matricon OPC DA Explorer. It's also a free version. You just need to register on their website and you can use this to connect to the OPC DA server. I have already downloaded these two softwares and I've also installed this. So let's start with this server first. So I'll open the Matricon server for simulation. Okay, so here is this OPC DA server, and now I will open the Matricon OPC Explorer. This is the client application which I'll use to connect to my OPC DA server. So as you can see, it has automatically detected that in my local host I'm running a Matricon OPC simulation server, which is this server. So in order to connect to this particular simulation server, you need to click this connect option, and on the server side you can see that it shows number of clients connected as 1. Now let's try to view some information or some tags available in our OPC server. So for this, open add tags option. Here you will see that it has one configured aliases and simulated items. So as you can see that we also have this alias configuration. Let's try to add one group here so that we can see that if it's available here or not. So I'll name it as GP1. You can name it at anything. Let's try to open this again and then we'll see. Okay, so if I click this, you will see that this GP1 is available because I added this in the server configuration. So in the same way you can add many tags or groups you want in your server, and then you can access their values from the client software. But just for now, we don't have any tags available, but just for now we'll use some simulated items. So for example, I'll go with the random and we'll select the Boolean. So once you have selected any tag, you just need to select it so that you can see and watch its value. So click OK, and here you can see that its value is getting changed, false to false to, and its quality is also good. So this is basically just a simulation thing, but in real life application you will have a real parameters and their values displaying here. So this was all about simulation server and simulation client. Now next we will connect to this simulation server through our Python code. So in order to access OPC DA server from Python, we need few softwares installed in our system. So let me open the list. So first of all, we need the latest version of the Python, and we need 32-bit Python version installed in our system. So in order to download the Python 32-bit, you can simply open browser and type in Python. Open the Python web page, and here you will see in the download section, click on Windows, if you are using it for Mac or any other, you can choose another option. So here you need to install the cross 86 executable installer. I've already installed the Python. Let me show you. So I've installed the Python 3.6.8 version, which is a 32-bit version. So after this installation, you need to install PyWin32. So let me open its link and download the PyWin32. I'll mention all the links in the description. So from here you need to install the appropriate version of the PyWin32. So as I've already installed the Python 3.6 in my system, which is 32-bit version, so I need to download the Python Py 3.6, and this is the 32-bit version. If you have installed, let's say, the 3.7 version, you can download and install this PyWin32. So after installation of PyWin32, we need to download and register a DLL. So for which let's open this DLL. So download this DLL from here. It will download a zip file, unzip it, and unzip it into a folder. So I've already downloaded and unzipped it into this folder DLL. So as you can see, I have two versions here, cross 86 and 32-bit version. So because we have installed the Python as a 32-bit version, so I'll be registering this particular DLL. So in order to register this DLL, we need to open a command prompt. So open command prompt and run it as an administrator. So now we need to basically move into the directory where our DLL is present. So in my case it is present in the desktop, so I'll move into the desktop directory. And because we are using the 32-bit version of the Python, so we'll be registering the 32-bit version of the DLL. So for that I'll move into the directory, and so the command to register the DLL is this. I'll mention this command in the description. So as you can see, it says succeeded, which is great. So now our DLL is registered. Next thing we need to do is we need to install OpenOPC Python package. So in order to install OpenOPC Python package, so basically you can install it from any IDE you are using, like PyCharm or Eclipse, but I'll be installing it through the command prompt. So for that I will need to copy the basically the command for it. So I'll open command prompt and we'll move into the directory where my Python 3.6 32-bit version is installed. So and I'll write pip3 install OpenOPC Python 3. This will install the OpenOPC Python 3 package, but I've already installed this. So yeah, it's already installed, we don't need to worry about that. So once everything is installed, we just need to open any IDE, or for this video we'll be using the idle. So I'll open the idle Python 3.6 32-bit version. So just make sure that you are using the 32-bit version and not any other Python version already installed in your system, because we have installed all the libraries for the 32-bit version. Now we'll try to import the OpenOPC package. Perfect. This means that it's installed perfectly fine. Now from here we'll go ahead and we'll initialize our client, and now I will try to get all the servers running on my localhost. Perfect. So as you can see here, I am running the Matragon OPC server simulation. So it has displayed the Matragon OPC simulation server. Now I will try to connect to this server using the command. Perfect. Now we will after successful connection, we'll try to list all the parameters or the groups present inside our server. So for that we'll use opc.list command, and as you can see again, it displayed the simulated items and the configured aliases, which we also saw on our Metric OPC Explorer software. So for now we'll browse the configured aliases and we'll see what groups are available in this. Perfect. So it displayed GP1 because we have already created a group here, GP1. So let's try to create another group and we'll name it as GP2. And now let me just copy paste this command and rerun it again just to check what it displays. Great. So it displayed GP2, which means that we have successfully connected to our simulation server of the OPC DA, and we are able to browse all the parameters inside it. If you need any info of the server, you can simply use this command and it will display all the information regarding the OPC server. So in this way we can use this Python code to connect to any simulation server, or if you have any OPC DA running in a machine or a device, you can use OpenOPC and all the other libraries to connect to it. So that's all for this video. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.